Today is Friday, February the 18th, 2022, and it's a great day to have a day here on the Spurs Up Show, the best Gamecocks podcast on the internet. And on today's show, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me be the first to wish you a very happy opening day as the Yardcocks return to action for the 2022 season this weekend at Founders Park as they take on UNC Greensboro. But on today's show, guys, we're focusing on the hardwood because a huge matchup this weekend at the CLA as South Carolina looks to make it 3 straight wins as they take on the LSU Tigers. Guys, I'll break down the game in its entirety. First things first, we'll talk LSU, also top storylines, Tigers players to watch for, keys to the game, and I will lock in my prediction as well. Guys, I got a packed show for you here on this Friday. And of course, as always, it's brought to you by the Spurs Up Show store. Guys, tsus.store, the best Gamecocks merchandise on the internet. Be sure to stay tuned to all of our latest drops, including t-shirts, long sleeves, hoodies, koozies, stickers, you name it. We've got it. Again, the best Gamecocks merchandise on the internet. Be sure to stay tuned also for discounts that may be coming in the near future as well. So again, guys, that is the Spurs Up Show store. You can check it out. tsus.store. That is tsus.store. Again, be sure to check it out. Get your merch today. The best Gamecocks merchandise on the internet. Let's get it. To the ball game, take me out to the crowd, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, cause it's root for the Gamecocks. If they don't win, it's a shame, cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to opening day. We finally made it. The Yardcocks are back. And as I told you all before, baseball season is TSUS season. And folks, I cannot wait to partake in this journey with you. Depending on when you're hearing me, the Gamecocks may have already won their opening day game. Of course, first pitch today at 4 o'clock. And the series all weekend long against UNCG. Again, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Happy Friday. TGIF, hope you are all doing well. I'm Chris Phillips, your host of the Spurs Up Show as always. And again, guys, I just want to wish you again a very happy opening day. The countdown is over. We have officially made it as the Yardcocks begin their quest for Omaha today at Founders Park. Guys, I cannot express to you how excited I am to get things going with baseball season. But on today's show, of course, we are talking basketball. The season on the hardwood is not over yet as the Gamecocks take on LSU tomorrow at the CLA. Guys, really quickly beforehand, just a couple of quick reminders. If you're hearing me early on in the day on Friday, do not forget about our opening day content bleeding out the eyeballs today. We've got our Twitter Spaces at 9 a.m. We're streaming MLB The Show for fun at 10 a.m. and then noon to 2, the Daily Crow, which you want to tune into the Daily Crow today because it's going to be a little bit different than normal. Going to be a lot of fun. A special opening day edition of the Daily Crow. And then, of course, first pitch at 4 o'clock. Also, guys, latest developments. I'm very excited and proud to announce we will be having a Rowdy Rooster tailgate before tomorrow's game. Yes, I know it's a 12:30 first pitch, but you know what? We're going to wake up, get out there early. 9 a.m. We'll be out at Lot 1. The Rowdy Rooster tailgate will take place. Lot 1. If you don't know where Lot 1 is, outside of left field, that big lot, the main lot right there, that's where we're going to be in the back of that lot in the grass area. So again, be sure to check us out. The Rowdy Rooster flag will be flying. I'll have stickers to give away. I think we're even going to have food as well. But again, guys, going to be a really, really good time and excited to throw the first Rowdy Rooster tailgate of the 2022 baseball season. So, of course, guys, a very exciting weekend in the city, and not just baseball, a huge basketball game tomorrow. Let's dive into that as the Gamecocks return to action, looking for their third straight overall win, taking on the LSU Tigers at Colonial Life Arena. Guys, a 3:30 tip-off on the SEC Network. When you look at this series history, the series is actually tied 15-15, but the Gamecocks have lost 3 straight to Will Wade and the LSU Tigers. The last meeting, of course, last season, 2021, LSU won the game by a score of 85-80. Guys, you take a look at LSU, a team that has bounced in and out of the top 25 this season. They are 19-7 overall, 7-6 in the SEC. Their head coach, like I mentioned, is Will Wade. LSU is a team averages 73 points per game, and they are holding their opponents to just 61.3 points per game. So again, they have done a good job on the defensive end. South Carolina need to overcome that and score some points to win this one tomorrow at Colonial Life Arena. Let's move into the top storylines. And again, you get to this point in the season, guys, and especially you've got what's on the line for South Carolina. They're all big. They're all important. And what's so interesting, LSU enters at 7-6. The Gamecocks are 6-7 in conference play. And the SEC, what a jumbled up mess it is, right? I mean, you've got at the top Auburn, Tennessee, Kentucky. I would say those are the elites. Arkansas, maybe you could put in there. Outside of that, everybody, it seems, is either 5-8, 6-7, 7-6, kind of right there in that mix. This is a huge game in regards to the hierarchy of the SEC. This is a huge game for SEC tournament seeding. Of course, we know it's a huge game for both teams and their hopes of postseason play. So a lot is on the line this weekend at Colonial Life Arena for both the Gamecocks and the Tigers. And again, when you have that type of matchup, when you have that much on the line, it makes things very, very, very fun. Also, guys, South kind of looking to keep up their momentum. The Gamecocks, all of a sudden, after it looked like they were dead just a short time ago, have won back-to-back basketball games. And something's got to give in this one, right? Because South Carolina's won 2 in a row. LSU has won 3 in a row. So what gives? Who budges? Of course, South Carolina's on their home floor. Can the Gamecocks keep up that momentum? Can they keep up that hot play, if you will? And this would by far, guys, let's call it for what it is. South Carolina has not beaten an SEC team with a winning record this season. This would most definitely serve as your best win on the season to date, at least in SEC play. So is South Carolina sort of finding something? I've been very critical of this team and Frank Martin and the future of Gamecocks basketball. We all understand that. But is this team at this point in the season, are they peaking at the right time? Are they starting to play their best basketball at the right time in the season? Because again, guys, hey, there's a lot of times in basketball, it just doesn't make sense. It's all about who gets hot at the right time, who plays their best at the right time. Could South Carolina possibly, with this back-to-back wins, this winning streak it is on, could they parlay that positive momentum and that positive winning streak into even something bigger? Who knows? Maybe doing some things down the stretch that we did not expect. So again, can you keep up that momentum in this ball game? Let it fuel you and lead you to another, I guess you could say, improbable victory, because I think South Carolina will probably be an underdog in Vegas. We'll have to wait and see. Guys, with the big storyline, of course, a lot around this game that's going on. One of the big things, and he was supposed to be there a couple weeks ago, but G.G. Jackson will be in the house. The number 1 prospect in the country will be there. And of course, guys, he's a local kid. And I'll tell you this, guys, am I skeptical that South Carolina can land him? Yes, I am. I'll call it for what it is. I am skeptical he will come here. But I tell you what, if you want to make a good impression and you want to go win a ball game and put your best foot forward in regards to your recruiting efforts for G.G. Jackson, tomorrow's a great place to start. And of course, you've got him in your building. If you can play good basketball, if you can get a win, if fans show up and show out and make their presence felt, again, how does G.G. Jackson feel after the visit? Does South kind of make any sort of headway with him? Do they become his favorite maybe? Just again, him being there overall as a whole, does that bring another level of buzz and excitement to this game? Guys, another big storyline for me, and I've talked about this in other matchups, and I have to bring it up here. Frank Martin against Will Wade. And it just seems that, again, there are coaches, there are teams that Frank Martin tends to struggle against. And Will Wade, as much as some of you might say you don't like him, and that's fine because, of course, with the NCAA cheating stuff and the scandals and whatever, but you know what? Will Wade's a good basketball coach, and the guy knows how to win. And Frank Martin has not found a way to beat LSU, of course. Lost 3 in a row to him right now. And, not to say that means everything because you had lost 3 in a row to Ole Miss. But can Frank Martin get that tiger-sized monkey off his back and beat Will Wade for the first time in quite a while? So, again, that chess match between these two gentlemen, Frank Martin, Will Wade, both teams want to play suffocating defense. I'll be really interested and curious to see how these two go at each other. And you look at last year how the game went. Of course, it was a COVID season, but 85-80, a very high-scoring game, including in the second half. 51-42 was the score by the both teams in that game last year. But either way, Frank Martin against Will Wade, always a really fun matchup. And Will Wade, again, I know he's a bit of a scumbag, but one of the best coaches in college basketball. He finds a way to win. So can Frank Martin end that losing streak and, find a way to lead the Gamecocks to victory? Guys, on the floor, another big storyline for me is Devin Carter. And watching him doing what he's doing, let's not take it for granted. His evolution into a star for this basketball team and for the University of South Carolina, it has been a lot of fun to watch. I mean, Devin Carter is a big-time player. I think we can all agree that he's got a very bright future ahead of him. Do we continue to see him have a bigger role? Because I think as he continues to play well and he gets hot, and you got to get the ball in his hands, man. You got to let him do his thing. You got to let him make plays. So I want to see more of Devin Carter against LSU being on the home floor. I would expect him, obviously, this entire team to be motivated, ready to go, fired up. But Devin Carter, his evolution as he continues to really come into his own, be a star. Yes, he's going to make freshman mistakes here and there. But I tell you what, the good outweighs the bad when it comes to Carter, and you see that on a consistent basis pretty much every time he takes the floor. A true diaper dandy, as we like to say. So Devin Carter, his evolution, what type of impact does he give you tomorrow? And guys, my final storyline is this. Again, I've talked a lot about this season, the state of the program and what needs to happen next and all that jazz. But you're at an interesting point in the year because you're 6-7. And while I think your tournament hopes are still very much a long shot, there is a chance. There is a chance. And all of a sudden, you've won back-to-back ball games. What is the atmosphere like at Colonial Life Arena? Hey, you got Legends Weekend as well, right? Legends Weekend. They will be honoring the 1971 ACC championship team and the 1997 SEC championship team. Also, you've got Gigi Jackson in the building. You got a big-time matchup against LSU in a game that you actually feel like is winnable, right? They're only one game better than you in SEC play. What is the atmosphere like at CLA? What type of energy, what type of excitement? Are Gamecock fans starting to get excited about basketball again? Or is it just going to be kind of more of the same at the CLA, 5,000-6,000 people? No big deal. I would expect a much better crowd. Baseball plays at 12:30. So, again, you can go to both. You can go to baseball and then slide over to CLA. I would expect a pretty solid crowd, but I'm really intrigued to see what it's like, what the energy's like. And, again, if South Carolina can get started hot and get going early, it's only obviously going to help your crowd and help that atmosphere. And, again, which in turn, that's what you're selling to Gigi Jackson. That's what Frank Martin is selling in regards to his future at South Carolina, that he can still get people fired up and excited for the program. So, I think that's going to be something really, really, really interesting to watch in that game tomorrow. Guys, let's dive into Tigers players to watch for. And you got to start with Tari Eason, 16.8 points per game, 7 rebounds per game. Really good player, really physical player. Darius Days as well, 13.1 points per game, 7.9 rebounds per game. The two big dudes in Eason and Days. And then Brandon Murray, 10.3 points per game and 2.8 rebounds per game. LSU, a pretty deep team, really, really good team, big, physical. Will Way's done a really good job down there recruiting and getting elite talent to come to Baton Rouge. Let's look at keys to the game. What must South Carolina do to win this ball game tomorrow? The first one is this. I just mentioned Eason, Days. LSU, at least on paper, you look at them, they really are a two-man wrecking crew. Defend the duo. That's my first key. Limit those guys. You can't let them go off again. You kind of have to pick your poison, if you will. You kind of have to pick your poison. So defend the duo, though. Don't let those guys kill you. My second key to the game, and we saw the sloppiness in Oxford against Ole Miss. You cannot have that happen again. LSU's a quality team. Ole Miss was not very good. LSU will make you play, make you pay. Limit the turnovers. Limit the turnovers in this one. Do not give away free possessions. You can't do it and win the game. And my final key, guys, find those second chances, man. Those second chance points, those are ones that are truly backbreakers. They're demoralizing for the opponent. When you get second chance opportunities, make the most of it. Again, put the pressure on LSU. So again, guys, my 3 keys to the game: defend the duo, limit turnovers, and find second chances, which leads me into my prediction. How will the Gamecocks fare in this game tomorrow against LSU? And I got to tell you guys, I went back and forth on this one because I think the stage is set. The stage is set, right? You get them on your home floor. I mean, it's not like LSU is some world beater, not a top 25 team anymore. They've shown they're very beatable. I know they're hot of late, but a very winnable game. I do expect Vegas to make the Tigers a favorite. I just do not think South Carolina is going to get much credit from the Vegas Sharps just because of who they have beaten. They're not going to get much credit from those guys in Vegas, but either way, it's a very winnable game for you. You've got the number 1 prospect in the country in town. You've got Legends Weekend, right? And there's just a lot of buzz around the Gamecock community right now. You look at LSU, 7-6 in league play. Their last 3 games, they've won 3 straight. They've beaten Texas A&M, Mississippi State, and Georgia. And they beat Georgia on Wednesday handily by a final score of 84-65. Like I said, guys, of course, you get them on your home floor. Can South Carolina, winners of 2 straight on their own, can they stay hot and make what would be really a magical run? I think this is the big game. This is sort of the big swing game, if you will, the rest of the way out. Because after LSU, I look at Mississippi State. It's going to be a tough game at home, but still, you got them at home. But you got Bama, you got Mizzou. Like, there's some possible swing games in there. Like maybe, just maybe, you can get to 500 in league play. But realistically, when I look at this one, guys, and I tell you what, if this is what it takes, I guess, so be it. But doubting the Gamecocks has seemed to work for me. And, I'm taking nothing away from what you did on Tuesday night at Ole Miss. That was a great win. As I told you all week long, feels good to be good, and just simply feels good to watch your favorite team and win a basketball game, right? It just simply feels good to win. Confirmed, winning is still fun. However, you are 6-7 in SEC play, and you have not beaten an SEC team with a winning record. Most of your wins, basically all of them, are against really porous SEC competition. While LSU is not perfect, I do think they are a notch or 2 or 3 above the likes of Ole Miss, Texas A&M, certainly Georgia, and Vanderbilt. I think it's a very close, competitive back-and-forth game. I think offenses shine in this one. But again, guys, as I told you before, for whatever reason, Will Wade has got Frank Martin's number. And I think that will be the case again, guys. I think LSU does come to the CLA. I think it's a pretty solid atmosphere, awesome environment. I think with the Legends Weekend and Gigi Jackson being there, I think Gamecock fans will show up and show out. But I tell you, I think this one is probably one of the tougher games you have left. And I know it's at home, and I think fans are going to be probably overreacting to the 2-game winning streak and not thinking about the fact that your 2-game winning streak was against Georgia and Ole Miss. And it took a buzzer beater in overtime to beat a very, very porous Ole Miss team. So with that being said, who knows? Maybe you can stay hot, but I'm siding with LSU, guys. I got to go with the known commodities. Lock me in. Give me Tigers 81, Gamecocks 75. Again, I think it's a little bit of a higher scoring game, but I do think LSU finds a way to get the job done on your home floor. Again, LSU 81, South Carolina 75. So again, guys, would love to hear from you all, your thoughts, your predictions, how you think the game's going to go tomorrow on the hardwood, and any thoughts you have on opening day as well and the opening weekend. Would love to hear from you. But I think LSU, I think they've got a little bit more than you. I think they do, but hey, you never know. If Stevie gets hot, Kusnar, Bryant, if those guys can stay hot, Devin Carter, certainly you'll have a chance. I really look at this one as sort of a coin flip game yet again, but it's almost hard for me to fathom that South Carolina will get back to 500 in SEC play. who is this team really, right? And again, maybe you can catch lightning in a bottle, but I'm not banking on that as reason to pick South Carolina to win. So with that being said, LSU 81, South Carolina 75, lock me in. That is my score. And we'll be at the CLA tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. But either way, guys, that's going to do it all for me on this Friday. Appreciate you all tuning in again, guys. Get out to Founders Park this weekend. And also come out to our Rowdy Rooster tailgate tomorrow, 9 a.m. We'll get things going in lot 1. Outside of the left field wall where the scoreboard is, that big lot right there, the Rowdy Rooster tailgate will take place. Look for the Rowdy Rooster flag. Again, guys, going to be one hell of a time. But, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Enjoy the baseball this weekend at the Yard. Yardcocks baseball is officially back, and I'll leave you with this. Go Cox, beat UNCG, and beat LSU, and we'll talk to you on Monday.